Hello and welcome to the No One Asked You podcast. This series I am once again joined by my wonderful co-host, That Darn Kitty.
Dorkus and I are sharing our experience reading The Way of Kings for the first time. Each episode we will summarize what we've read and discuss the experience along the way.
This is Storming the Archives, The Way of Kings, and today we discuss Chapter 67.
Chapter 67!
A blind blind.
A blind.
Oh man, it was...
and we're anticipating a really, really, really amazing chapter.
Oh yeah, Oh gosh, I couldn't even... Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad we're finally here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
67. Words. Let me no longer hurt. Let me no longer weep. Digonarthus, the black fisher, holds my sorrow and consumes it. Tana Tesech, 1173, 28 seconds pre-death, a dark-eyed female street juggler. Note similarity to sample 1172-89. Okay, hold on. I gotta open up my,
your document.
My document and let me see if I got that. It's 1-1.
Please have y'all be part of it.
Let's see. 5 results for 1172. None of them have -89, though.
Well, it would be like the 89th sample taken in that year, maybe. So we don't know if it's exactly... what are the samples? What are the rattles in that year?
I'm dying, aren't I? Healer, why do you take my blood? Who is that beside you with this head of lines? I can see a distant sun, dark and cold, shining in a black sky. Collected on the 3rd of Jesnon, 1172, 11 seconds pre-death. Reshi Chul Trainer, sample of particular note. Got, I have seen the end and have heard it named, the Night of Sorrows, the True Desolation, the Everstorm. First of Nanez, dark-eyed youth of unknown origin. I'm cold, mother, I'm cold. Mother, why can I still hear the rain? Will it stop? Vevichez, light-eyed female child, 6 years old. They are aflame, they burn, they bring the darkness when they come, and so all you can see is that their skin is aflame. Burn, burn, burn. Palahishev, baker's apprentice. Victory, we stand atop the mount, we scatter them before us, their home become our dens, their lands are now our farms, and they shall burn as we once did, in a place that is hollow and forlorn. Ishashan, light-eyed spinster of the 8th dawn.
Is that it?
That's all of the ones in 1172, thus far, that I have put in the log, at least.
Okay.
And the log is currently up to 64.
I mean, I could do a search.
I don't think you need to. I think I got it pretty well.
Yeah. So it's referring to the similarity of another sample, which is like thanks, but we don't know what sample they're referring to.
Yep.
Like, note similarity to sample that it like, okay, give me the notes though. Say note similarity refers to the black fisher. You know, like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have hyperlinks. That's all I'm saying. Like, so you don't have hyperlinks, so you should at least put some hint in there.
Yeah, I don't see any big similarity between this and the ones that we just read. I mean, I yes, but no, not in the way that I feel like the note taker wants. Yeah,
and I mean, if anything, I can think of, like, we've had certain other samples that have like referred to some sort of dark entity. Like, you know, that there's something that reminds me of the Black Fisher. I feel like we've had something like that. The Night Watcher, there's something. Like, that is a similarity I can think about, but it wasn't in 1172. So.
Anyway. Oh, yeah, and what a name, Digonarthus.
How do you know if it's a name? Like, I don't know if it might be like a motto. I don't know. Maybe it's the name of the Black Fisher.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had assumed.
Yeah, Gonarthus would be Fisher, Di would be Black.
Yeah. Bridge 4 lagged behind the rest of the army. With 2 wounded and 4 men needed to carry them, the bridge weighed them down. Fortunately, Sadius had brought nearly every bridge crew on this run, including 8 to lend to Dalinar. That meant the army didn't need to wait for Kaladin's team in order to cross. setting the stage for Kaladin to be willing to turn back or able to turn back.
Mm-hmm.
The army's crossing, leaving them behind.
Yeah, it helps them out, so at least they can slow down. But I don't know if they're exhausted. They have wounded. They're going slowly. So what kind of help could they provide?
I mean, if the army can fight their way to a bridge and enough of them can hold while the bulk of the army crosses,
retreat.
They can help retreat, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Exhaustion saturated Kaladin, and the bridge on his shoulders seemed made of stone. He hadn't felt so tired since his first days as a bridgeman. Syl hovered in front of him, watching with concern as he marched at the head of his men, sweat drenching his face, struggling over the uneven ground of the plateau. So the fact that he's going to do something amazing when he's this tired will really highlight how amazing whatever it is that he's going to do. And I'm pretty sure Syl will be the one to convince Kaladin to help, because she has said, Dalinar doesn't lie. People talk about it all the time.
And she's concerned, though. She's picking up that something's going on. Like, he's more tired than he should be. But I'm wondering if this is like, and if you're a new surge binder, is this an extra exhaustion that comes over you initially? And also is the knowledge of that betrayal as well just making him psychically as well just not have any energy?
Possibly. Ahead, the last of Sadeas's army was bunched along the chasm, crossing. The staging plateau was nearly empty. The sheer awful audacity of what Sadeas had done twisted at Kaladin's insides. He thought what had been done to him had been horrible. But here Sadeas callously condemned thousands of men, light-eyed and dark, supposed allies. That betrayal seemed to weigh as heavily on Kaladin as the bridge itself. It pressed on him, made him gasp for breath.
Psychic! Yeah.
Psychic damage.
The psychic damage of the betrayal. And yeah, it's really, really digging into him. And it's just, these were supposed allies, even.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think he would be able to live with himself if he didn't try. I don't even think he would be able to live with himself as a bridgeman, tacitly being forced to help Sadeas in any way after this.
As we were reading, I was thinking, hey, maybe he freaking sabotages Sadeas. Maybe that's how he helps as well. Like, I don't know if he makes sure that Sadeas's retreat is stopped or something. I don't know, because we're just thinking of amazing stuff right now. So anything can happen.
You know what he could do? He could order the bridge crew to go set the bridge for Dalinar. Then he could draw all of the Parshendi with his armor to Sadeas's army in retreat. And the Parshendi army could end up taking down Sadeas's army instead.
Yeah, maybe. Why not? Really, we are expecting something crazy to happen here because it just doesn't. Yeah, the way it ended off, it just, I don't know. I have no clue. I think I've given all my possibilities.
Yeah. But look, if nothing else, this will force Kaladin to confront his biases against Light Eyes in general, and he'll feel better about saving Light Eyes in the near future. In the form of Dalinar's army.
Or just kill Sadeas. Just kill Sadeas, get his armor, go home.
He could challenge Sadeas to a duel right now and win.
I don't know if that's even a thing. This lowly bridgeman challenges him to a duel.
True. Was there no hope for men? They killed those they should have loved. What good was it to fight? What good was it to win if there was no difference between ally and enemy? What was victory? Meaningless. What did the deaths of Kaladin's friends and colleagues mean? Nothing. The entire world was a pustule, sickeningly green and infested with corruption.
Jeez.
Very doctory thing to think, and very...
Yeah, exactly.
Very nihilistic.
Yeah, very... And just the kind of feeling, the sickness he's feeling. It's twisting his insides and infestation and like, launch this boil, let's go. Yeah.
Numb, Kaladin and the others reached the chasm, though they were too late to help with the transfer. The men he'd sent ahead were there, Teft looking grim, Scar leaning on a spear to support his wounded leg. A small group of dead spearmen lay nearby. Sadius' soldiers retrieved their wounded, when possible, but some died as they were helped along. They'd abandoned some of those here. Sadius was obviously in a hurry to leave the scene. Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, get out of here. And again, the kind of thing of people will choose to believe or go along with the lie that, oh no, I needed to retreat and all of this stuff. People will believe that.
Yeah.
Like they'll choose to, they're either really stupid if they really believe it, but I think mostly the rest of the Lighthouse will just be like, we know what you did, and they're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they would be scared. They'd be like, "There's gonna happen. Some things like that can happen to me. If he can do it to Dalinar, he can absolutely just kill me whenever he wants."
Yeah. And there's no chance of Kaladin giving a rousing speech and winning over a bunch of soldiers, convincing them to go back. There's no way.
No, not a chance. No.
I mean, Sanderson has been building up the soldiers having some degree of awe for Kaladin because he's the guy that survived the High Storm, but that there's not enough there to merit a significant coup.
Yeah, there's not enough social currency to buy that.
Yeah. The dead had been left with their equipment. Scar had probably gotten his crutch there. Some poor bridge crew would have to cross all the way back here at a later date to salvage from these and from Dalinar's fallen. They set their bridge down and Kaladin wiped his brow. Don't place the bridge across the chasm, he told the men. We'll wait until the last of the soldiers have crossed, then carry it over on one of the other bridges. It could be he's already decided he's going to trick them and run. No. I mean, not run, but like go back. Although now may as well be as good a time as any to run.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, using one of the other bridges moves him ahead closer to Sadius. Whereas if we were trying to stall, why would we would wait until literally we're the last bridge and we can only use our bridge for ourselves to justify how slow we're going.
Right. Matal eyed Kaladin and his team, but didn't order them to set their bridge. He realized that by the time they got it into position, they'd have to pull it up again. Isn't that a sight? Moash said, stepping up beside Kaladin, looking back. I bet it is. I bet it's such a tragic thing, a slow motion thing to see.
Just a horrible, and it's why it's still going. Ooh.
Well, oh yeah, no. I mean, they could fight for hours to come, almost certainly,
and still be defeated. That's the thing. It's like the betrayal's done, cool, but now it's just an onslaught, and it continues and continues. That's just oof.
Yeah. Kaladin turned. The tower rose behind him, sloped in their direction. Kolin's army was a circle of blue trapped in the middle of the slope after trying to push down and get to Sadius before he left. Tragic. They did try to catch up.
Yeah, we did have... Dalinar did think that, yeah.
We knew this.
But now it's that they noticed, that the others noticed that that's what he tried to do.
Yeah. The Parshendi were a dark swarm with specks of red from their marbled skins. They pressed at the Alethi ring, compressing it. Sounds like Canai.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When Hannibal was wreaking havoc on Italy, there was this absolutely massive Roman army, and Hannibal was outnumbered, but he worked out his army so that it was thinner towards the center and thicker towards the sides, and the giant Roman army kept pushing forward. They were this giant unit, and the thinner middle point of Hannibal's army kept backtracking little by little, and the larger force kept pushing until they unintentionally allowed themselves to be surrounded on all sides by Hannibal's forces. And it was...
Oh my gosh. Could we have this? Could that happen?
I mean, except for the fact that they could back up against like the edge of the plateau, that's kind of what this sounds like to me.
I hope. I mean, if that's a thing, like a famous thing, could be based on this.
Yeah. I mean, how they got there is a touch different, but the principle of army surrounds army it remains the same, I think. They pressed at the Alethi ring, compressing it. Such a shame, Drahe said from beside their bridge sitting on its lip. Makes me sick. Other bridgemen nodded, and Kaladin was surprised to see the concern in their faces. Rock and Teft joined Kaladin and Moash, all wearing their Parshendi carapace armor. He was glad they'd left Shen back in the camp. He'd have been catatonic at the sight of it all. So, it does sound like...
Just a reminder.
Yeah, Shen is still part of the bridge crew.
But yeah, they can just leave him. So nobody's making him come along, whatever.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be frustrating for Kaladin to figure out some great big plan for all of the bridgemen. But whoops, Shen is left at camp, so they've abandoned him, kind of a thing.
Yes. Yeah, that's what... Like, is this actually when they make their escape? Because it's like, screw you, Sadeas. Can't take it anymore.
I mean, we know that Kaladin wants to save all of the bridge crews now, not just his own. So simply running might be a bit tough.
Yeah, counter to that, yeah. I don't think he would convince himself that he'll come back for them. Like, that's not a thing that he could do, so.
Yeah. And it would be uniquely dangerous, since they have the armor, if any of the Parshendi scout them out.
Exactly.
Teft cradled his wounded arm. Rock raised a hand to shade his eyes and shook his head, looking eastward. He's a shame. A shame to Sadeas. A shame to us. Bridge 4, Matal called. Come on! Matal was waving for them to cross Bridge 6's bridge and leave the staging plateau. Don't do it, Kaladin. Turn back. Please. Save Dalinar.
Also, hold up. The fact that Rock says here is a shame to Thaddeus, a shame to us. It's like the association of them. They are doing what? They are ashamed. Yeah.
See, I don't think it's that Sadeas's shame rubs off on the bridge crew. I think it's that the bridge crew is willing to just leave with Sadeas here.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that they're leaving, their shame is with them as well.
Yeah.
So it depends. That I think leads to whatever idea Kaladin has, is what I'm thinking, because it's like, it's making them think like, look, we're complicit. You know, like we had this discussion last week when we were talking about the possibilities of what would happen next, and we were like, okay, you know, how will Kaladin view following the army? And yeah, this is it. Following them is a shame to the bridge crew itself.
Yeah. An idea came to Kaladin suddenly. A fantastic idea, like a blooming rock bud in his mind. Yay! What's he going to do? Is he going to save them? Is he going to try to save them? He must.
I don't know, and it's killing me because it just says an idea. It's like, thanks for that.
Well, since Sanderson doesn't tell us, it will definitely work. We'll follow with our own bridge, Matal, Kaladin called. We only just got to the chasm. We need to sit for a few minutes. Cross now, Matal yelled. We'll just fall further behind, Kaladin retorted. You want to explain to Sadeas why he asked to hold the entire army for one miserable bridge crew? We've got our bridge. Let my men rest. We'll catch up to you later. And if those savages come after you? Matal demanded. Kaladin shrugged. Matal blinked, then seemed to realize how badly he wanted that to happen. Oh my. Dark Matal. But that's no surprise.
Yes, so, like, look, you see, Dark Matal, yeah, no surprise, but you see, like, the fact that they were going to cross on another bridge, now it's like, now we are going back. This is making me think we are going back because we're slowing down, right?
Yeah.
Before it was, we're crossing with him. Now it's like, no, now he's making a decision. Okay, wait. So that's part of the idea. Now what? What else?
Yeah, so I think it's going to be the Parshendi armor of it. He's going to tell the rest of the bridge crew to get out of their armor. He's going to keep in his armor. He's going to draw the Parshendi attention while the bridge crew sneaks around and places the bridge for Dalinar's army.
Yeah.
Suit yourself, he called, rushing across Bridge 6 as the other bridges were pulled up. In seconds, Kaladin's team was alone beside the chasm, the army retreating westward. Ha 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 ha, Matal, you fool. Kaladin smiled broadly. I can't believe it. After all that worrying? Men, we're free. The others turned to him, confused. Yeah, no, they're not free. They're not just gonna run. There are other bridge crews to save.
I don't know. It's part of the idea. I don't know, but yeah, we're free. Whoa, what? Explain yourself.
Someone is going to bring up that they should go save the Colon army. I mean, yeah,
okay.
someone will say that they should run, but you know what? I think I'm too hopped up on the idea of Kaladin saving them.
Yeah.
Maybe they will genuinely try to run now.
Yeah, because it really would be, you would have to have something really far-fetched and extraordinary happen for this to really help.
I mean, if anyone's going to try to convince them, it's going to be Syl.
Rock has also decided that it's a shame on them if they don't help.
Yeah. We'll follow in a short while, Kaladin said eagerly, and Matal will assume we're coming. We fall farther and farther behind the army until we're out of sight. Then we'll turn north, use the bridge to cross the plains. We can escape northward, and everyone will just assume the Parshendi caught us and slaughtered us. The other bridgemen regarded him with wide eyes. He really is thinking about abandoning the rest of the bridge crew. I mean, other bridges.
Yeah, because it's literally, it's just an opportunity has come to them because they don't usually retreat.
Yeah.
This is the first time there's like a proper retreat without having to fight and all of that stuff. So this is an opportunity that's come to him. And it does make sense that now there's this plausible thing that, they just died.
Is this a betrayal of the important realizations he's had before regarding the other bridge crews? Is Kaladin just being foolish, and is he going to come around in a few moments and realize, no, I have to save everyone, not just us? Again.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
You should know, Kitty. I'm asking you. Supplies, Teft said. We have these spheres, Kaladin said, pulling out his pouch. A wealth of them right here. We can take the armor and weapons from the dead over there and use those to defend ourselves from bandits. It'll be hard, but we won't be chased. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there is this idea that if they die, if they're considered dead, then yeah. Also, we could, it's plausible that they won't find remains because we don't know. They always get washed away and whatever. So yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
To even add to that.
The men were starting to grow excited. However, something gave Kaladin pause. What of the wounded bridgemen back in the camp? Yes.
There you go.
Good, Kaladin. Proud of you. Knew you wouldn't forget, although you're not thinking about the other bridge crews, just yours.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to stay behind, Kaladin said. What? Moash demanded. Someone will need to, Kaladin said, for the good of our wounded in camp. We can't abandon them, and if I stay behind, I can support the story. Wound me and leave me on one of the plateaus. Sadeas is sure to send scavengers back. I'll tell them the crew was hunted down in retribution for desecrating the Parshendi corpses, our bridge tossed into the chasm. They'll believe it. They've seen how the Parshendi hate us.
That works. It makes it more plausible. Does help them.
Yes, and of course, the rest of Bridge 4 will not abide by this. They will not abandon Kaladin, just like Kaladin will not abandon them.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's earned that.
Mm-hmm.
The crew was all standing now, shooting glances at one another, uncomfortable glances. We're not leaving without you, Sigsil said. Many of the others nodded. I'll follow, Kaladin said. We can't leave those men behind. Kaladin, lad, Teft began. We can talk about me later, Kaladin interrupted. Maybe I'll go with you, then sneak back into camp later to rescue the wounded. For now, go salvage from those bodies. They hesitated. It's an order, men!
Yeah, that's another thing. When you said he's earned that or whatever, I'm like, there is the other thing that he can order them, and it would be subordination to not, and they really respect him.
Mm-hmm.
So there he is making the order. And there are some that are like, they're uncomfortable. They're like, do we really have to? Can't we just let him go?
Oh, gosh. They moved, offering no further complaint, rushing to pilfer from the corpses Sadius had abandoned. That left Kaladin alone beside the bridge. We're totally going to get a conversation either with Rock, Sigzil, or Syl.
Mm-hmm.
Or at this point is when he decides to go back for Kholin army.
Mm-hmm.
He was still unsettled. It wasn't just the wounded back in camp. What was it then? It's the army. This was a fantastic
The army,
opportunity.
all the rest of the bridge crews, hello?
Yep.
Like you said, yeah.
This was a fantastic opportunity. The type he'd have practically killed to get during his years as a slave. The chance to vanish, presumed dead? The bridgemen wouldn't have to fight. They were free. Why then was he so anxious? Kaladin turned to survey his men and was shocked to see someone standing beside him. A woman of translucent white light. Is it Syl as big as he is? Can she change her size now?
Yeah. It is Syl.
Wow. It was Syl as he'd never seen her before. The size of an ordinary person. Hands clasped in front of her, hair and dress streaming to the side in the wind. He'd had no idea she could make herself so large. She stared eastward, her expression horrified, eyes wide and sorrowful. It was the face of a child watching a brutal murder that stole her innocence. Poor Syl.
Oh, this is a very big... So you said we're going to have this conversation, but now she is showing herself as she never has before. She's very much feeling a lot of things here, and that makes her more convincing, I would think.
Yeah. She sounds like an angel, not gonna lie. A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that does remind me. That line from several chapters back where Kaladin says, "You're not a Spren at all, are you?" We more or less guessed that, or at least I guessed at that point, please remind me what your thoughts were, that she simply isn't a Spren, right?
I was just, it's a possibility. She's some kind of Spren. I thought she's a different kind of Spren.
Okay, right. So then building on that, because I was actually thinking about that this week, if she's not a wind Spren, she could be a life Spren, although she isn't very green.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's an honor Spren.
But you did think about that. You did think about that.
Yeah. What kind
You
of
brought
Spren
up
she
that-
could be.
Yeah, the honor Spren are more discerning, blah, blah.
Shoot, I had one other Spren idea that wasn't life, and it totally just escaped me right now.
Protection, preservation.
No. One of Kaladin's big qualities. Protection, Spren. It'll come to me as soon as we stop recording. Kaladin turned and slowly looked in the direction she was staring, toward the tower, toward Dalinar Kholin's desperate army. The sight of them twisted his heart. They fought so hopelessly, surrounded, abandoned, left alone to die. We have a bridge, Kaladin realized. If we could get it set. Ooh, he's starting to think.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the most plausible plan I can, like, because remember, I'm like, I don't know, they can't win with these guys, but they can, like you said, it's the retreat. They have no bridges. That's the problem. They're trapped.
Yeah.
That's it.
Most of the Parshendi were focused on the Alethi army with only a token reserve force down at the base near the chasm. It was a small enough group that perhaps the bridgemen could contain them. But no, that was idiocy. There were thousands of Parshendi soldiers blocking Kholin's path to the chasm. Yeah, it would be the ultimate bridge run, Kaladin.
Mm-hmm. But how do you make the bridgeman, his crew, make that sacrifice for him? You know, like, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can see Kaladin wanting to do this, absolutely, and Rock, because Rock was like, is shame, whatever. But yeah, I don't know about the whole rest of the crew. It's like, sorry, you were just talking about escape and now you want us to go die?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's play this tape forward a little bit, though.
Okay.
Kaladin rescues Dalinar. Dalinar offers Bridge 4 sanctuary, meaning he will protect them from Sadius.
Because he's going to go to war with Sadius, because Sadius.
Absolutely. I doubt Dalinar will have any ability to get Sadius to stop using the bridge crews or to force Elhokar to hand the bridge crews from Sadeas to Dalinar, who would then either free them or refuse to use them in that way.
Or train them,
Yeah.
Make soldiers out of them, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like you think that Dalinar will go to war with Sadeas. I kind of feel
would be nice.
Like Dalinar, he won't forgive.
But he'll go along with it.
Yeah, he'll either go along with the your army broke, I get it type of a thing, and just sort of privately lord it over him. He won't forget that the friendship is gone. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do. As much as I want it to be like, let's go for Sadeas, I don't think so. I think you're right. It would be more of a political kind of war that they go to.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, gloves are off in terms of, I really trusted you. And maybe you use, if you're Dalinar, you use this thing that, it was your honor and all of it. You use the perception that Sadeas has of you as someone who's gullible and whatever. You use that against him. I don't know. Yeah. I just don't like Sadeas and want him thwarted in many, many ways.
Yeah. But no, that was idiocy. There were thousands of Parshendi soldiers blocking Kolin's path to the chasm, and how would the bridgemen set their bridge with no archers to support them? Gee, would be great if one of you were wearing Parshendi armor to draw everyone's attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Several of the bridgemen returned from their quick scavenge. Rock joined Kaladin staring eastward, expression becoming grim. This thing is terrible, he said. Can we not do something to help?
Good, yes, Rock, I love you.
Kaladin shook his head. It would be suicide, Rock. We'd have to run a full assault without an army to support us. Couldn't we just go back a little of the way? Scar asked. Wait to see if Kolin can cut his way down to us? If he does, then we can set our bridge. I mean...
Yes.
I see that Kaladin's about to say no, but don't underestimate the Blackthorn.
Yes, exactly. If he knows that there is help, then he can act accordingly. Right now, there is just retreat and no help. So there is nothing. He can only just fight and wait and die. He's not fighting to get anywhere. He's just trying to kill as many as he can as he dies.
Yep.
So just even the fact of seeing the bridge moving that way would work. But then again, as well, we got to make sure that they only move the bridge once the rest of the army is out of sight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there will be, I don't know, will they be chased? I don't think they'll be chased down.
I feel like they would be, and they're going to have to keep the bridge. They can't lose the bridge because there are other chasms to cross.
Yeah. So it would be a chase. But then again, yeah, and I mean, if there's a chase, they would need other bridge crews to come to help other people, help the soldiers chase them.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Sadeas would easily cover that up as well. Like,
once they get off the tower, Adolin could run on ahead. He has the shard plate, so I think he can jump chasms. He could run back to camp for help.
Well, what do you mean for help? Like, what's going to happen? It's not going to get there on time.
Fair. Good point.
Like, they have slow bridges. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
And they've committed a lot of their army anyway, so there's not much help that's going to come. But also, what we're also hearing here, so we said, okay, yes, Rock was definitely upset about what was happening, but now we have other people, so there's at least other people that are finding this so bad that they actually want to help. They are also honorable. They're not just, following Kaladin while it suits them. They actually have their own conscience. So I like that we've got more than just Rock thinking it's a bad thing. Like, I mean, Scar is even finding other kinds of solutions. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, they don't all have the same prejudices that Kaladin has.
Yeah.
No, Kaladin said. If we stayed out of range, Kolin would assume us to be scouts left by Sadeas. We'll have to charge the chasm. Otherwise, he'd never come down to meet us. That made the bridgeman pale.
Okay, so that no is just we have to charge. We actually have to make a decision, okay? It's not no, it's just he won't interpret it the way that we thought he would.
Yeah. Besides, Kaladin added, if we did somehow save some of those men, they'd talk, and Sadeas would know we still live. He'd hunt us down and kill us. By going back, we'd throw away our chance at freedom. No, because Dalinar will give you sanctuary. You don't know that. You have no reason to believe it or trust it. But Dalinar's good people.
Yeah, Dalinar's good people, Kaladin.
I have a question, though. When Syl makes herself apparent to people, can she talk to them, or can she only talk? Oh, no. She can... Did she ever speak to Rock?
Rock can hear her, yeah. Rock could hear her and see her anyway.
So she could play messenger to Dalinar?
Yeah. A spirit appears and yeah, she could.
Yeah.
But that's quite a far... I don't know how fast she can go.
Yeah. The other bridgemen nodded at that. The rest had gathered carrying weapons. It was time to go. Kaladin tried to squelch the feeling of despair inside him. This Dalinar Kholin was probably just like the others, like Rashon, like Sadeas, like any number of other Light Eyes, pretending virtue but corrupted inside. But he had thousands of dark-eyed soldiers with him, a part of him thought. Men who don't deserve this terrible fate. Men like my old spear crew. I mean, okay, hey, so he's still... if racism gets you there, it gets you there.
He's still like, he's like, oh, well, there's my race over there, so it's not about the human life, it's about the dark eyes life, which, okay, fine, cool, whatever.
Yep. We owe them nothing, Kaladin whispered. He thought he could see Dalinar Kholin's banner flying blue at the front of his army. You got them into this, Kholin. I won't let my men die for you. He turned his back on the tower.
Like that line as well, that he turned his back. So it's like turning his back on honor, turning his back on all of those things. No, Kaladin, no.
You have chosen poorly. You'll change your mind, I don't doubt. I bet Syl will say something.
You better.
Or you'll come up with a different idea, a good idea. No, he's going to tell the bridge crew to set the bridge, and then he's going to fly. He's going to fly to Dalinar and be like, hey, my bridge crew is coming. Let's go this way. And then Dalinar will be like, are you a surge binder? And Kaladin's going to be like, what's a surge binder?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We might as well not read the rest of the chapter now.
Yeah, I like my version. Turning your back on Dalinar will also harm your relationship with Syl, Kaladin. Not that you should be beholden to whatever Syl thinks is good, but
she is a signal of what you have inside as well, the way what you yourself would think. She's like a little conscience, or a big one. She's person-sized now.
Syl still stood beside him, facing eastward. It made his very soul twist in knots to see that look of despair on her face.
Are windspren attracted to wind?
She asked softly.
Or do they make it?
I don't know, Kaladin said. Does it matter?
Perhaps not. You see, I've remembered what kind of spren I am. Oh, shit, yes!
Hey! Is this the time for it, Syl?
I bind things, Kaladin,
she said, turning and meeting his eyes.
I am Honor-spren, spirit of oaths, of promises, and of nobility.
Hey!
That's so cool! Yeah, thank you. Oh, this is so good, so good. Like, I'm so glad I did not look anywhere down the page, anything. It's great.
I didn't either. I swear, I have an index card. It even says blind on it. It's a way I used to read through scripts back in theater school.
And also, it does matter. She's now remembered why. Okay, so she's asking, do windspren make attracted to wind, or do they make it? Why does it matter? Well, do honor-spren, are they attracted to honor, or do they make honor? And it seems like there is actually a reciprocal sort of, relationship.
So is she sensing Dalinar's honor?
So yeah, I don't know. She's no, it's not sensing Dalinar's honor. It's like she's got oaths, and she's it's Kaladin. She's bound to Kaladin, so it has nothing to do with his honor, Dalinar's honor. I think it's more like Kaladin's honor is now being questioned, I think. That's the thing. It's being she definitely can recognize honor.
I think
Does she go to Dalinar? Bye. I'm Dalinar's friend now. Bye.
if that happened to Kaladin, I would be pissed. I'd be extremely pissed, especially at Syl. No, I mean, I think she chose Kaladin because Kaladin is so honorable. I don't necessarily think it is dishonorable for Kaladin to turn his back here, in the sense that it's like, what could they possibly do? Why throw your life away type of a situation. But I also think that she can sense honor in others, like that's part of her very being. So so I bet Dalinar shines like a beacon to her, even if there isn't that connection.
Yeah. Of promises and of nobility. So like she's seeing his nobility, oaths, promises. He's stuck to his honor, Dalinar. So that is very much why she would be distressed by Dalinar's demise. And then as well, this whole thing of do you make honor or are you attracted to it? This making Kaladin question and making Kaladin want to help Dalinar increases his honor. So
yeah,
she's making honor if she makes him act on this despair that's in him, because he sees how she is very upset, and he himself is feeling despair as well. So act on this.
Kaladin could faintly hear the sounds of the battle. Or was that just his mind searching for something he knew to be there? Could he hear the men dying? Could he see the soldiers running away, scattering, leaving their warlord alone? Everyone else fleeing. Kaladin kneeling over Dalit's body. A green and burgundy banner flying alone on the field.
Okay.
Hey,
so he's remembering. He's gone back into an experience he had on the battlefield and people running away and whatever. Okay.
I've been here before, Kaladin bellowed, turning back toward that blue banner. Dalinar always fought at the front. What happened last time? Kaladin yelled. I've learned! I won't be a fool again! So, he's that denial, but with that one counter thought, Dalinar always fought at the front in the middle of it. He's fighting himself.
He's fighting the urge to go away, but also Dalinar, is fighting in the front. He does fight for his men, and he does only ask them to do what he would do. There is honor there. So like he's different, Kaladin. He's different,
and you know it. Act with honor, and honor will aid you.
So he's learned. What does this mean? I've learned. What has he learned?
It means he's been in situations in which he ran in to save the Bright Lord, and he's been betrayed before over it. He's learned the lesson that the Bright Lords will betray him if he saves them.
Okay, so he's fighting himself in this. He's saying, fine, I'm not going to be a fool again. I'm not going to help you. So I learned. I'm not helping. So he's still, but the thing is, he's in anguish. So I'm like, okay, no, because remember, Dalinar, Dalinar fights in the front though. Did Amaram fight in the front? Come on, let's think about it.
And he's yelling it out because he knows he's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's frustrated with himself. It's like, no, stop, as if Dalinar is saying, help me. And he's yelling at Dalinar like, no, I'm not going to help you. It's like, no, he's fighting with himself, like you said.
It seemed to crush him. Sadeas's betrayal, his exhaustion, the deaths of so many. He was there again for a moment, kneeling in Amaram's mobile headquarters, watching the last of his friends being slaughtered, too weak and hurt to save them. He raised a trembling hand to his head, feeling the brand there, wet with his sweat. I owe you nothing, Kholin! Great line.
He really doesn't, I understand, but it's like, but the thing is, this guy needs help and you could help him.
Yep.
What do you do with that?
And his father's voice seemed to whisper a reply. Somebody has to start, son. Somebody has to step forward and do what is right, because it is right. If nobody starts, then others cannot follow.
Yes! Like, that's another thing, is that you need that line of because it is right. It's not because it's going to work. It's because it's right. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were like, oh, but it's not going to help. And it's not, no, but it's because it's right.
Yep.
Mm.
Dalinar had come to help Kaladin's men, attacking those archers and saving Bridge 4. The Light Eyes don't care about life, Lirin had said. So I must. So we must. So you must. Life before death. I've failed so often. I've been knocked to the ground and trod upon. Strength before weakness. This would be death I'd lead my friends to. Journey before destination. Death and what is right.
Mm-hmm.
We have to go back, Kaladin said softly. Storm it, we have to go back.
Yes.
Hey!
This is a very well earned, like you couldn't just choose and go. Like, this is a big deal. We needed to go through all of this, and this is like, you can feel the music swelling, with this whole thing and this realization. So it's like, dun, dun. Okay, so yes, let's go.
He turned to the members of Bridge 4. One by one they nodded. Men who had been the dregs of the army just months before. Men who had once cared for nothing but their own skins. Took deep breaths, tossed away thoughts for their own safety, and nodded. They would follow him. Yes!
Oh, yes. Because he is also honor spring. He is creating honor.
Yep.
Oh, so good. Oh.
Any glory spren popping up any moment now?
Come on. Yeah, I would. Hello, I'm going to do a glory sprint dance over here. Good.
Kaladin looked up and sucked in a deep breath. Stormlight rushed into him like a wave, as if he'd put his lips up to a high storm and drawn it into himself. Is this the first time the rest of the crew will see him glow? Is he glowing?
Yeah.
Did he go all out?
I think that's all. Yeah, that's also what I'm thinking. He's like, you know what? He's going to show them. Like,
Yeah.
He's not holding back anymore. But that's also making me go, woof, he's going to be even more exhausted if he's pulling in this much. There is a cost.
He's going to pass out in Dalinar's arms.
Yeah, in his arms.
They'll get to safety. He's going to pass.
It's okay, son. You did well.
Exactly. No, you laugh, but I think it could be. Bridge up, he commanded. The members of Bridge 4 cheered their agreement, grabbing their bridge and hoisting it high. Ha! Dalinar didn't get a cheer, but Kaladin did. Kaladin pulled on a shield, grabbing the straps in his hand. Then he turned, raising it high. With a shout, he led his men in a charge back toward that abandoned blue banner.
Woo! Please, Dalinar, be able to see it.
Yeah. I mean...
And also, please, Sadius, just continue going and be like, leave them. It's fine.
Yeah. Because Sadius doesn't know about the surge binding, but...
Yeah.
Is Kaladin gonna do, like, super extra powerful surging to get all of the arrows out of the way as they charge?
I don't know. He seems to work really well under pressure, so he'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah. Dalinar's plate leaked stormlight from dozens of small breaks. No major pieces had escaped damage. Light rose above him like steam from a cauldron, lingering as stormlight did, slowly diffusing. Yep, damaged. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching their end.
Yeah, they are reaching the end. This is... Just hold on.
The sun beat down upon him, baking him as he fought. He was so tired. It hadn't been long since Sadius's betrayal. Not as time was counted in battles, but Dalinar had pushed himself hard, staying at the very front, fighting side by side with Adolin. His plate had lost much stormlight. It was growing heavier and lent him less power with each swing. Soon it would weigh him down, slowing him so the Parshendi could swarm over him. He'd killed many of them. So many. A frightening number, and he did it without the thrill. Ha! Called it!
Yes! Good! You don't need it!
Yes! He was hollow inside. Better that than pleasure. Yeah?
Yeah, agreed. You shouldn't be in... Like, we were just having this conversation in Hero of Ages, where it's like, when you start to like it, that's a problem. Okay? This is distasteful work. Yeah.
Yep. And thrill makes you like it.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't killed nearly enough of them. They focused on Dalinar and Adolin. With shard-bearers on the front line, any breach would soon be patched by a man in gleaming armor and a deadly blade. The Parshendi had to bring him and Adolin down first. They knew it. Dalinar knew it. Adolin knew it.
Okay, well, hold up. Just making me think of shard bearers, right? They have shard bearers. Please don't bring them. We can't. But okay, if there is a shard bearer that comes from the Parshendi side, then Kaladin gets shard plate. Woo!
Yes! But I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, who else would it be worth
seeing as we're
taking it from?
Yeah. Well, who else would kill? Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm just also just rewriting the chapter.
I think Kaladin refuses to take any shard blade at any point in this story. I think he is determined not to become a Light Eyes.
Not that you do. You actually don't.
What?
I don't think you become a Light Eyes, actually. It's just that you glow or something. I don't know if you actually literally have light eyes. You just get the prestige of light-eyedness.
Possibly. Stories spoke of battlefields where the shard-bearers were the last ones standing, pulled down by their enemies after long heroic fights. Completely unrealistic. That's kind of funny. If you killed the shard-bearers first, you could take their blades and turn them against the enemy. He swung again, muscles lagging with fatigue. Dying first. It was a good place to be. Yeah, it'll give your army good morale in terms of if you do end up surviving, they'll be like, did you see how hard Dalinar fought for us?
Yeah, exactly. But also what he says, ask nothing of them you wouldn't do yourself. It's like, I'm ready to die first. So
yeah.
And the whole thing of the way Kaladin thought, he always fights at the front. And that makes sense that he would have seen that in the past, collaboration things.
Yep. Ask nothing of them you wouldn't do yourself. Dalinar stumbled on the rocks, his shard plate feeling as heavy as regular armor. He could be satisfied with the way he'd handled his own life, but his men, he had failed them. Thinking of the way he had stupidly led them into a trap that sickened him. And then there was Navani. Of all the times to finally begin courting her, Dalinar thought. 6 years wasted. A lifetime wasted. And now she'll have to grieve again. That's getting closer to romantic in terms of those two.
Yeah, and also, she'll have to grieve again. It's like, so maybe we don't have to resign ourselves to dying. Yeah. But I suppose you would, because there's nothing else. I'm gonna keep fighting, but maybe just no. You have something to fight for, okay? And yes, you're happy with yourself. You were at peace with yourself in the previous chapter. Great, but you do want to do more. You want to do much more, and he's thinking of, I've brought these men into this, so fight harder. I mean. Not that he's not all out yet. But the sort of Dragon Ball Z kind of thing of just power up through rage and
Yep.
In love.
That thought made him raise his arms and steady his feet on the stone. He fought off the Parshendi, struggling on, for her. He would not let himself fall while he still had strength. Nearby, Adolin's armor leaked as well. The youth was extending himself more and more to protect his father. There had been no discussion of trying, perhaps, to leap the chasms and flee. With chasms so wide, the chances were slim, but beyond that, they would not abandon their men to die. He and Adolin had lived by the codes. They would die by the codes. I don't know, I think it's okay if Dalinar orders his son to attempt the jump, if he reasonably thought he could survive the jump, and to go back and continue to lead the men or something. I think that would not necessarily break the codes or be a dishonorable thing.
Well, people would understand it. I think it does break the codes, but people would understand it, and maybe the men as well wouldn't blame him for it because it's his son and all of that. But the thing is, that is a very big resource to send off.
True. And it would be chased as well. Or he would be, rather. Dalinar swung again, staying at Adolin's side, fighting in that just-out-of-reach tandem way of two shard-bearers. Sweat streamed down his face inside his helm, and he shot a final glance toward the disappearing army. It was just barely visible on the horizon. Dalinar's current position gave him a good view down to the west. Let that man be cursed for blood of my fathers, what is that? A small force was moving across the western plateau, running toward the tower. They see him! Or he sees them!
Mm-hmm.
A solitary bridge crew carrying their bridge. It can't be, Dalinar said, stepping back from the fighting, letting the Cobalt Guard, what was left of them, rush in to defend him. Distrusting his eyes, he pushed his visor up. The rest of Sadeas's army was gone, but this single bridge crew remained. Why? I'm so glad he noticed.
Yeah, he noticed, I'm understanding, and yeah, it is weird, like, why? I'm annoyed that we have to assume that he would assume that Sadeas sent one back, like, but I understand, of course, like, we wouldn't think, oh, that bridge crew has decided to help me. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think.
It's just that is my mind went to what explanation are they going to tell themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is so unthinkable.
Yeah.
Adolin! He bellowed, pointing with his shard blade, a surge of hope flooding his limbs. The young man turned, tracing Dalinar's gesture. Adolin froze. Impossible! What kind of trap is that? A foolish one if it is a trap. We're already dead. But why would he send one back? What purpose? Does it matter?
It doesn't. So yes, just take the chance. Like, it's something. You're gonna die anyway.
Yep. They hesitated for a moment amid the battle. Both knew the answer. Assault formations! Dalinar yelled, turning back to his troops. Stormfather, there were so few of them left. Less than half of his original 8,000. Okay, less than 4,000. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. And we have one bridge.
Form up! Adolin called. Get ready to move! We're going to punch through them, men! Gather everything you've got! We've got one chance!
One opportunity, sorry.
A slim one, Dalinar thought, pulling his visor down. We'll have to cut through the rest of the Parshendi army. Even if they reached the bottom, they'd probably find the crew dead, their bridge cast into the chasm. Don't underestimate them.
Mm-hmm. They've got an extra thing, you see. They got a Kaladin, but yeah.
The Parshendi
and
archer.
They've also got spears and things, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know if they would be wearing the army from the armor from the people that they scavenged from. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or they would just be in their Parshendi armor.
Yeah. No, it could be. They're going to pull out some spears and start putting that training to use.
But how do they do that with the bridge? Well, either way, let's see.
Yeah.
They've got extra things. They're not just a bridge crew.
Yeah. Even if they reached the bottom, they'd probably find the crew dead, their bridge cast into the chasm. The Parshendi archers were already forming up. There were more than 100 of them. It would be a slaughter. But it was a hope. A tiny, precious hope. If his army was going to fall, it would do so while trying to seize that hope. Raising his shard blade high, feeling a surge of strength and determination, Dalinar charged forward at the head of his men. So good.
Phew. Yes. Oh, please don't finish the chapter before we know how this ends.
Yeah, if we don't, I'm gonna be pissed.
Like, come on, we had cliffhangers enough.
But oh my, this chapter keeps going on and on.
Mm-hmm.
For the second time in one day, Kaladin ran toward an armed Parshendi position, shield before him, wearing armor cut from the corpse of a fallen enemy. Or wearing the enemy's skin. You know, one or the other, both the same.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps he should have felt revolted at what he'd done in creating his armor. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kaladin. Thank you, Mr. Sanderson, for putting that in there. Sincerely. I'm glad you had the thought. But it was no worse than what the Parshendi had done in killing Dunny, Maps, and that nameless man who had shown Kaladin kindness on his first day as a bridgeman. Kaladin still wore that man's sandals.
Wow.
Us and them, he thought. That was the only way a soldier could think of it. For today, Dalinar Kholin and his men were part of the us.
It's a better us to be part of it be part of than Saladin, Sadius's army.
Yes, but also, did you ever once think about defecting to the Parshendi, Kaladin?
Yeah, well, that's just not a possibility after you've worn their skin.
Yeah, at this point, certainly. But earlier on, I think it might have been worth a consideration. It's like the one thing. Sanderson is always so meticulous about having his characters be like, we could try this, we could try that, we could try this. That seems to be the one thing he didn't consider, is joining the Parshendi.
Yeah, and the answer would be they wouldn't accept him. Like, it's an easy enough sort of dismissed option.
Yeah. A group of Parshendi had seen the bridgeman approaching and was setting up with bows. Fortunately, it appeared that Dalinar had seen Kaladin's band as well, for the army in blue was beginning to cut its way toward rescue. It wasn't going to work. There were too many Parshendi, and Dalinar's men would be tired. It was another disaster, but for once Kaladin charged into it with eyes wide open. Yeah, I mean, one of the big differences here is this is the first time you have willfully done this of your own volition. Yes. That counts for something. Yeah. But also, play the tape forward, guys. You're going to have to get the bridge back up and get it to the next chasm and rinse and repeat. Have you but you haven't thought that far ahead, probably. Or maybe you did, and I'm just being dumb.
We're just doing what is right. That's it.
Yeah. This is my choice, he thought as the Parshendi archers formed up. It's not some angry god watching me, not some spren playing tricks, not some twist of fate. It's me. I chose to follow Tien. I chose to charge the Shardbearer and save Amaram. I chose to escape the slave pits. And now I choose to try to rescue these men, though I know I will probably fail.
Good. We have accountability. He knows it's him. It's not just, oh no, woe is me. This is everyone's fault. It's like, no, I'm choosing to do all the things that I'm doing.
Yep.
Because of who I am.
Yep. This is the apotheosis.
Mm-hmm.
The Parshendi loosed their arrows, and Kaladin felt an exaltation. Tiredness evaporated, fatigue fled. He wasn't fighting for Sadius. He wasn't working to line someone's pockets. He was fighting to protect. The arrows zipped at him, and he swung his shield in an arc, spraying them away. Others came, shooting this way and that, seeking his flesh. He stayed just ahead of them, leaping as they shot for his thighs, turning as they shot for his shoulders, raising his shield when they shot for his face. It wasn't easy, and more than a few arrows got close to him, scoring his breastplate or shin guards, but none hit. He was doing it. Something was wrong. What's wrong? What's wrong? What could be wrong before we look ahead?
Is he running out of stormlight, or they're not... other people are dying around him? I don't know.
Did bridgemen die? Are they not aiming at Kaladin, but the bridge anyway? Did a Shardbearer show up?
Just something's changed.
Yeah. Something was wrong. He spun between two arrows, confused.
Kaladin,
Syl said, hovering nearby, back to her smaller form.
There.
She pointed toward the other staging plateau, the one nearby that Dalinar had used for his assault. A large contingent of Parshendi had jumped across that plateau and were kneeling down, raising bows, pointed not at him, but right at Bridge 4's unshielded flank. They've been flanked, oh no. Side carry?
They're not. But they're not, what's the name? They are not only just going for him anymore. It seems like they've learned.
Yeah. It would be great, though, if the side carry was the solution to this. And that would be an amazing culmination.
They can do it now, yeah.
Yeah. No! Kaladin screamed, Stormlight escaping from his mouth in a cloud. He turned and ran back across the rocky plateau toward the bridge crew. Yeah, he's going to use Stormlight to just neutralize all of the arrows.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be great. Arrows launched at him from behind. One took his backplate square on, but skidded aside. Another hit his helm. He leaped over a rocky rift, dashing with all the speed his Stormlight could lend him. The Parshendi at the side were drawing. There were at least 50 of them. He was going to be too late. He was going to... Bridge 4! He bellowed. Side carry, right!
Yay!
Called it!
Mm-hmm.
So called it! It works! Oh, that is a great payoff!
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, Sanderson. They hadn't practiced that maneuver in weeks, but their training was manifest as they obeyed without question, dropping the bridge to their side just as the archers loosed. Amazing. The flight of arrows hit the bridge's deck, bristling across the wood. Kaladin let out a relieved breath, reaching the bridge team, who had slowed to carry the bridge on the side. Kaladin! Rock said, pointing. Kaladin spun. The archers behind on the tower were drawing for a large volley. The bridge crew was exposed. The archers loosed.
Oh,
Now-
damn it. They're both sides now.
Yeah.
And stop screaming out. Stop letting breaths out. You're letting Stormlight out.
Yeah. No, this is the time where he'll create a big lashing of all the arrows. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
He yelled again, screaming out, Stormlight infusing the air around him as he threw every bit of it he had into his shield. The scream echoed in his ears. The stormlight burst from him, his clothing freezing and cracking. Arrows darkened the sky. Something hit him. An extended impact that tossed him backward into the bridgemen. He struck hard, grunting as the force continued to push upon him. Doesn't sound like an arrow hit him. I think it's the lashing. But maybe the shield itself?
Something. Yeah,
The air.
or it could be just the... Like there is maybe it's a bit like Alamancy with the push and pull kind of thing. So you have to
that
weigh
went to mind.
your lashing has to consider where down is.
Yeah.
Because a lot that's what it seems to change.
Yeah. The bridge ground to a halt, the men stopping. All fell still. Kaladin blinked, feeling completely drained. His body hurt, his arms tingled, his back ached. There was a sharp pain in his wrist. He groaned, opening his eyes, stumbling as Rock's hands caught him from behind. He fainted into someone's hands, at least. Or arms. If not Dalinar's, Rock is just as good. A muted thump, the bridge being set down. Idiots, Kaladin thought. Don't set it down. Retreat. But they did it. They got it down. Did they all live?
Mm-hmm.
I think they might have all lived. Maybe.
Yeah, something's happened. Tell us what's happened.
Mm-hmm. The bridgemen crowded around him as he slipped to the ground, overwhelmed by having expended too much stormlight. He blinked at what he held before him, attached to his bleeding arm. His shield was covered in arrows, dozens of them, some splitting the others. The bones crossing the shield's front had shattered. The wood was in splinters. Some of the arrows had gone through and hit his forearm. That was the pain.
Okay, yeah. So we just needed a better shield.
Yeah.
Not that you could really, but basically he had the entire volley went to 1 point.
That's insane.
Yeah. Instead of lashing it to like the ground, he lashes it to his shield.
Yeah. Over 100 arrows, an entire volley, pulled into a single shield. By the bright collar's rays. That's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
By the bright collar's rays, Drehy said softly. What? What was... It was like a fountain of light, Moash said, kneeling beside Kaladin. Like the sun itself burst from you, Kaladin. The Parshendi, Kaladin croaked and let go of the shield. The straps were broken, and as he struggled to stand, the shield all but disintegrated, falling to pieces, scattering dozens of broken arrows at his feet. A few remained stuck in his arm, but he ignored the pain, looking across at the Parshendi. The group of archers on both plateaus froze in stunned postures. Yeah, I'd be stunned myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they've noticed something of him. So we thought that they knew something of him before, but now they definitely know something about him. And yeah, so we've got, remember we said, oh, he's glowing. It's not that he's glowing. He's a freaking beam of light, okay? He's exploded in light. So they've now noticed something about him. And I think this is where my theory is starting to come in. Not my theory.
Dalinar saw it too.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Probably. It seems like it was very hard not to see. But now the Parshendi doing something interesting is going to happen.
Yeah. What are the chances the Parshendi start worshipping him or like kneeling down to him and Kaladin becomes King Parshendi? I doubt it.
Yeah. I don't think we would have that many books left if that was it.
Yeah. The groups of archers on both plateaus froze in stunned postures. The ones in front began to call to one another in a language Kaladin didn't understand. Neshua Kadal! They stood up. And then they fled. They fled! Holy shit, that was enough for them to just run away?
Well, there's something about him. It's either that they're scared he's going to start fighting them like that, or it's like he's not exactly the worshipping thing, but it's like, we don't fight that. I mean, we've already had this idea that there are peoples that have certain cultures that will make them not fight. So we've got Rock, who just cannot fight because of the position he is in his family. So if say Parshendi can't fight against Surge Binders, then it makes sense that there's some sort of cultural thing, or they've just literally are like, whoa, that's a badass guy, let's run. So whatever Neshra Kadal means is very important.
Yeah, but I'm also kind of thinking there's no way he can do that twice. Everyone fire again.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't know that. They seem to learn a little bit slower, but they do learn.
Yeah.
And yeah, he seems like he's used all his stormlights. So, but yeah, if we know that we have a surge bind or whatever, we supply him with all the stormlights. But yeah, it seems like there is a cost to taking a lot of it in as well.
Yeah. What? Kaladin said. I don't know, Teft said, cradling his own wounded arm. But we're getting you to safety. Blast this arm. Lopin! The shorter man brought Dabbid, and they ushered Kaladin away to a more secure location toward the center of the plateau. He held his arm, numb, his exhaustion so deep that he could barely think. Bridge up, Moash called. We've still got a job to do.
Yeah, so are the Pashendi all running away from just the whole army, or just the archers running away from them? Moash has taken over now.
Yeah, good Moash. That's great. Yeah. That feels
great. But that's his job. That is his job, that they know this. He's right down to the last man. You know, there's hierarchy. It's working.
Yeah. The rest of the bridgemen grimly ran back to their bridge, hoisting it up. On the tower, Dalinar's force was fighting its way through the Parshendi toward the possible safety of the bridge crew. Okay, so I guess it's not all of them. It's just the archers. Mm. They must be taking such heavy losses, Kaladin thought numbly. He stumbled and fell to the ground. Teft and Lopin pulled Kaladin into a sheltered hollow, joining Scar and Dabbid. Scar's foot bandage reddened with seeping blood, the spear he'd been using as a staff resting beside him. Thought I told him to stay off that foot. We need spheres, Teft said. Scar? He asked for them this morning, the lean man said. Gave him everything I had. I think most of the men did the same.
Yeah, I don't know, if that's a good thing as well. This might be a whole pewter kind of thing, where it's like he could take himself all the way to exhaustion where he actually just dies. So he has to balance that out.
Yeah.
But then again, if he just lowers the rate to a little simmer of Stormlight, that he would just heal quicker.
Yeah. Possibly. He might just have to pewter drag for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm sure some corpses out there probably have some spheres on them, if it were safe to go looking.
Mm-hmm.
Teft cursed softly, pulling the remaining arrows from Kaladin's arm, then wrapping it with bandages. Is he going to be all right? Scar asked. I don't know, Teft said. I don't know anything. Kalek, I'm an idiot. Kaladin, lad, can you hear me? It's just shock, Kaladin said. You're looking strange, Gancho, Lopin said nervously. White. Your skin is ashen, lad, Teft said. It looks like you did something to yourself back there. I don't know, Yeah, he pushed himself way too hard.
And now Teft is like, I should have warned him or something.
Yeah. He cursed again, smacking his hand against the stone. I should have listened! Idiot! They'd laid him on his side and he could barely see the tower. New groups of Parshendi, ones who hadn't seen Kaladin's display, were making for the chasm, bearing weapons. Bridge 4 arrived and set down their bridge. Yes! Okay, now it's there. I thought it was there before, but I guess now it's there.
Mm-hmm.
They unstrapped their shields and hurriedly retrieved spears from the sacks of salvage tied at the bridge's side. Then the men went to their positions, pushing at the sides, preparing to slide the bridge across the gap. The Parshendi teams didn't have bows. They formed up to wait, weapons out. There were easily 3 times as many as there were bridgemen, and more were coming. Yeah, this is the point where their spear training is going to come into play.
Yeah. And they've just got to hang on, okay? It's just, yeah. Just keep going. It's a small hope, but just keep going. Just keep going.
We've got to go help, Scar said to Lopin and Taft. The other 2 nodded, and all 3, 2 wounded and 1 missing an arm, climbed to their feet. Kaladin tried to do likewise, but he fell back down, legs too weak to hold him. Stay, lad, Taft said, smiling. We'll handle it just fine. They gathered some speed. I like Taft so much.
We're going to lose some. We are. We're going to lose some.
I hope not.
Mm.
They gathered some spears from a stock Lopin had put in his litter, then hobbled out to join the bridge crew. Even Dabbid joined them. He hadn't spoken since being wounded on that first bridge run, so long ago. Kaladin crawled up to the lip of the depression, watching them. Syl landed on the stone beside him. Storming fools, Kaladin muttered. Shouldn't have followed me. Proud of them anyway.
Kaladin,
Syl said. Is there anything you can do? He was so storming tired. Oh shit, if Sanderson is swearing, then you know it's serious. Something to make me stronger. She shook her head. Poor Kaladin. No, it's fine. Go on.
Yeah, just don't pass out. Okay, if he does pass out, give us another POV, okay? Because I don't need us to end on just you passing out. Thank you.
Yeah. She shook her head. A short distance ahead, the bridgemen began to push. The bridge's wood scraped loudly as it crossed the rocks, moving out over the chasm toward the waiting Parshendi. They began singing that harsh battle song, the one they did whenever they saw Kaladin in his armor. The Parshendi looked eager, angry, deadly. They wanted blood. They would cut into the bridgemen and rip them apart, then drop the bridge and their corpses into the void beneath. I mean, you did wear their fallen brethren's corpses.
Yeah, we know this. But, I'm like, so what happened to the whole, the archers ran, but these guys, I guess they're just like, we still want to kill you, though. So, okay.
It's happening again, Kaladin thought, dazed and overwhelmed. He found himself curling up, drained and shaken. I can't get to them. They'll die, right in front of me. Tux, dead. Nelda, dead. Goshal, dead. Dalit, Sen, Naps, Dunny, dead. Tien, dead.
Yeah, you're going to die too. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You're going through all this, they're going to die in front of me. Don't worry. You'll also die. if they get killed.
Yeah, I don't know. Parshendi would probably keep him alive to try and make his end that much worse for what he did. Lying huddled in a hollow in the rock, the sounds of battle ringing in the distance, death surrounding him. In a moment, he was there again on that most horrible of days.
Okay, so now we're going to see how Tien died. Finally.
Oh no, I don't want to see that.
I do. We've been waiting the whole book. Jesus, is a long chapter.
It really is.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but yeah, it's a long chapter.
Yeah. Kaladin stumbled through the cursing, screaming, fighting chaos of war, clinging to his spear. He dropped his shield. He needed to find a shield somewhere. Shouldn't he have a shield? It was his third real battle. He'd been in Amaram's army only a few months, but already Hearthstone seemed a world away. He reached a hollow of rock and crouched down, pushing his back to it. Breathing in and out, fingers slicking on the spear's shaft. He was shaking. We're not going to get the end of that battle, are we? Not this one, with Tien, presumably, but the tower battle. This chapter.
Yeah, because he's passed out. From his POV, maybe we won't see it, but maybe we'll get a Dalinar or Adolin POV that ends it.
Yeah. Next Kaladin POV we do get, he'll wake up in a hospital tent surrounded by either the entire bridge crew, every single one, or Dalinar alone. Predicted. He'd never realized how idyllic his life had been. Away from war, away from death, away from those screams, the cacophony of metal on metal, metal on wood, metal on flesh. He squeezed his eyes shut, trying to block it out. No, he thought. Open your eyes. Don't let them find you and kill you that easily. He forced his eyes open, then turned and peeked out over the battlefield. It was a complete mess. They fought on a large hillside, thousands of men on either side, intermixing and killing. How could anyone keep track of anything in this insanity? All right?
Oh, this is like, it's really taking us back, because we know Kaladin now has the experience and just the skill of keeping track of the whole battle. This is like it making me think of, he must have been so much smaller as well. This is a long time ago, and just he was a lot more innocent. This is him like having to tell himself to keep his eyes open and everything, just
Yeah, he seems so young.
Yeah, he seems so young, and we know how inexperienced he is right now. So whatever happens, the fact that he blames himself is silly, because it's just like,
yeah,
you're 3 months in the army, guy. What do you think?
He'll be safe, Kaladin thought. He will be, but he had trouble convincing himself. Tien's stint as a messenger boy hadn't lasted long. Recruitment was down, he'd been told, and every hand that could hold a spear was needed. Tien and the other older messenger boys had been organized into several squads of deep reserves. Dalar said those wouldn't ever be used. Probably. Unless the army was in serious danger. Did being surrounded atop a steep hill, their lines in chaos, constitute serious danger? Probably.
Yeah, it sounds like it, yeah.
Get to the top, he thought, looking up the incline. Amaram's banner still flew up there. Their soldiers must be holding. All Kaladin could see was a churning mess of men in orange and the occasional bit of forest green. It would be tragic if this is the one where he loses Tien, but also gains the recognition to become captain, or whatever it was that he was.
I don't think it would be, because he just seems so lost and whatever. But maybe, I mean, if he's trying to save Tien, he becomes outstanding, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Kaladin took off at a run up the side of the hill. He didn't turn as men shouted at him, didn't check to see which side they were from. Patches of grass pulled down in front of him. He stumbled over a few corpses, dashed around a couple of scraggly stump-weight trees, and avoided places where men were fighting. Cool, good, reasonably smart.
Yeah. So not Kaladin now,
Yeah. There, he thought, noting a group of spearmen ahead, standing in a line watching warily. Green, Amaram's colors. Kaladin scrambled up to them, and the soldiers let him pass. Which squad are you from, soldier? Said a stocky, light-eyed man with the knots of a low captain. Dead, sir, Kaladin forced out. All dead. We were in Bright Lord Tashlin's company, and... Bah, the man said, turning to a runner. Third report we've had that Tashlin is down. Somebody warned Amaram. East side is weakening by degrees. He looked to Kaladin. You, off to the reserves for reassignment. Yes, sir, Kaladin said, numb. He glanced down the way he'd come. The incline was littered with corpses, many of them in green. Even as he watched, a group of 3 stragglers rushing for the top was intercepted and slaughtered. Well, hey, if he's going to the reserves, there's a chance he can see Tien before the end.
Yeah, isn't Tien in the reserve? So yeah.
Yeah. None of the men at the top moved to help them. Kaladin could have fallen just as easily within yards of safety. He knew that it was probably important, strategically, that these soldiers in the line maintain their positions, but it seemed so heartless. Yeah, that is a pretty daunting thing, I imagine.
Yeah. Brutal thing of war.
Yeah. Find Tien, he thought, trotting off toward the reserves field on the north side of the wide hilltop. Here, however, he found only more chaos. Groups of dazed men, bloodied, getting sorted into new squads and sent back out onto the field. Kaladin moved through them, searching for the squad that had been created out of the messenger boys. He found Dalar first. The lanky 3-fingered sergeant of the reserves stood beside a tall post bearing a pair of flapping triangular banners. He was assigning newly made squads to fill out losses in the companies fighting below. Kaladin could still hear the yells. Whew.
Okay, just let us find him, okay? Cool, I'm understanding, but just let us get to the point where we find him. Is his squad up on the hill with Amaram, and then Amaram doesn't help the squad in the same way that group also just didn't help there. And that's how he blames Amaram for Tien's death.
Yeah. Probably. And we're going to have to get maybe he's the one guy in this as well.
Oh, yes, yeah.
You, Dalar said, pointing at Kaladin. Squad reassignment is in that direction. Get moving. I need to find the squad made from messenger boys, Kaladin said. Why in damnation do you want to do that? How should I know? Kaladin said, shrugging, trying to remain calm. I just follow orders. That reminds me, I was going to say maybe it was a truth spread.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Syl was a truth spread, is what I wondered this week. But obviously now we know. Dalar grunted. Bright Lord Shaller's company, southeast side, you can... Kaladin was already running. This wasn't supposed to happen. Tien was supposed to stay safe. Stormfather, it hadn't even been 4 months yet. Ooh, that's quick. Too quick. Way too quick.
Yeah. And he was supposed to just be a messenger, but now the messengers are in a squad. And he's so tiny. What the hell is this? What is the point even? And yeah, just a reminder that the 2 colors that he's noticed is orange and green. So I don't know, the other guy might be orange.
And also, this far in, there's not much you could have done, Kaladin, assuming you get there too late.
Yeah, exactly.
He made his way to the southeast side of the hill and searched out a banner flapping a quarter of the way down the incline. The stark black glyph pair read Shesh Laryl, Sheller's company. Surprised at his own determination, Kaladin brushed past the soldiers guarding the hilltop and found himself on the battlefield again. Things looked better over here. Sheller's company was holding its ground, although assaulted by a wave of enemies. Kaladin dashed down the incline, skidding in places, sliding on blood. His fear had vanished. It had been replaced by worry for his brother. He arrived at the company line just as enemy squads were assaulting. He tried to scramble farther behind the lines to search for Tien, but he was caught in the wave of attacks. He stumbled to the side, joining a squad of spearmen.
Okay, so Jan, are we going to have to be doing fighting? And yes, he does have some sort of really good feeling when he's fighting with the spear and that sort of thing. So we know he's got some talent there, but it's not trained up yet. And also, this just makes me go, how on earth can Kaladin blame himself? He's trying his best. And it's just that his best at this point was not a lot. And even so, even if he was at his best, I don't know if we could properly have, he's not a surge binder at this point, any of that. So,
right.
Why blame yourself for not having the skill that you only have now? It's the same sort of like thing that Ellen was thinking of. Oh, well, what if Calcia was a mistborn from earlier? He would have been able to do this and this and this. Yeah. What if?
Mm-hmm.
That's silly.
Exactly. The enemy was on them in a second. Kaladin held his spear in 2 hands, standing at the edge of the other spearmen and trying not to get in their way. He didn't really know what he was doing. He barely knew enough to use his shield mate for protection. The exchange happened quickly, and Kaladin made only a single thrust. The enemy was rebuffed, and he managed to avoid taking a wound. He stood, panting, gripping his spear. You! An authoritative voice said. A man was pointing at Kaladin, knots at his shoulders, the squad leader. About time my team got some of those reinforcements. For a time there I thought Varth was going to get every man. Where's your shield? Kaladin scrambled to grab one. Oh, is this that trainer?
Maybe it is, yeah. It's the guy that he lands up really respecting.
It's okay to care guy.
Yeah.
Kaladin scrambled to grab one off a fallen soldier nearby. As he was working, the squad leader swore behind him. Damnation, they're coming again! 2 prongs this time. We can't hold like this. A man in a green messenger's vest scrambled over a nearby rock formation. Hold against the east assault, Mesh! What about that wave to the south? The squad leader, Mesh, bellowed. I guess it's not. Never mind.
Yeah, he's going down.
It's handled for now. Hold east. Those are your orders. The messenger scrambled on, delivering a similar message to the next squad in line. Farth, your squad is to hold east. Kaladin got up with his shield. He needed to go find Tien. He couldn't. He stumbled to a stop. There in the next squad down the line stood 3 figures, younger boys, looking small in their armor and holding their spears uncertainly. One was Tien. His team of reserves had obviously been split apart to fill holes in other squads. Terrible idea.
Oh.
But, okay,
Man.
he's gonna see it happen.
It's just like the image of these little boys, and they're like just standing there, like, what are we here for? We're here to just die. We're just here to be a number. We're not actually making a difference. Oh, it's horrible.
Yep. Tien! Kaladin screamed, falling out of line as the enemy troops came upon them. Why were Tien and the other two positioned in the middle front of the squad formation? They barely knew how to hold a spear. Yeah,
exactly my point. What are they here for? They're not doing anything.
Yeah, I kind of get the sense that this is a very disorganized battle, or a very troublesome battle. Mesh yelled after Kaladin, but Kaladin ignored him. That's a court-martial right there.
Whatever.
The enemy was upon them in a moment, and Mesh's squad broke, losing their discipline and turning to a more frenzied, unorganized resistance. Kaladin felt something like a thump against his leg. He stumbled, hitting the ground, and realized with shock that he'd been stabbed with a spear. He felt no pain. Odd.
Yeah, the shock of it.
Yeah. Tien! He thought, forcing himself up. Someone loomed above him, and Kaladin reacted immediately, rolling as a spear came down for his heart. His own spear was back in his hands before he realized he'd grabbed it, and he whipped it upward. Then he froze. He'd just driven his spear through the enemy soldier's neck. It had happened so quickly. I just killed a man. That might be his first kill.
Yeah, it might even be his first. Yeah, it seems like it. So, yes, he just killed a man. So, you're really, really not in the position to be... You're helping your brother a little. But, yeah, Kaladin, you are doing your best. Yeah, the way that he's just... After having him blame himself the whole way through, you're like, you're being so silly. You just really are.
Yeah.
It's not realistic. It's just not realistic for you to have expected this. This is the first time you've killed a man. And you don't even, the first time you've even been wounded in battle. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Give yourself a break. Jesus.
Yep. He rolled over, letting the enemy drop to his knees as Kaladin yanked his spear free. Varth's squad was back a little farther. The enemy hit it a little while after, attacking where Kaladin had been. Tien and the other two were still in the front. Tien! Kaladin yelled. The boy looked toward him, eyes opening wide. No, don't distract him. He actually smiled. Don't distract him.
Okay, so is that what's going to happen? That he distracted him, and that's why his brother dies, and that's why he blames himself? Yeah, that could make sense. But it's like, what else are you going to do? It's like, I'm coming for you, essentially. Again, it's not something you should be sitting and blaming yourself for years and years later. No. It's a painful thing, and you feel horrible. But yeah, again, you didn't know.
Yeah.
And he smiles like, oh, we know he's going to die. But it's just like, in the middle of a battle, he sees his brother, and he's like, oh,
yeah,
Kaladin, it's Cal. Oh.
Behind him, the rest of the squad pulled back, leaving the three untrained boys exposed.
Arseholes.
And sensing weakness, the enemy soldiers descended on Tien and the others. There was an armored light eyes at their front and gleaming steel. He swung a sword. Kaladin's brother fell just like that. Oh no.
Are you for real? Like, look at you, big man, killing these little boys. They were abandoned. First of all, they were abandoned by their squad because it's just like, whatever, the untrained boys, whatever. And what now you're just stomping past. Why don't you just rah, and then they run away and they get killed by someone else? I don't know. It's just, it's so gross and unnecessary. Like, oh, you better kill these little untrained boys here. They're such a threat. It's me or them. It was me or them, so I had to kill them.
It does contrast with Dalinar realizing the Parshendi he was about to fight was a youth.
Mm-hmm. And he stopped, yeah?
Tien's an enemy combatant. But I can only presume the reason these two are fighting are for stupid reasons and not good reasons.
It's just that they really are just put in because they're desperate. So it is. He's an enemy combatant, but yeah, look at you. You're bringing down, and it really is. The assumption is it's me or them. So, meantime, I don't think that they're much of a threat anyway.
I do kind of feel like it doesn't matter if Kaladin distracted Tien or not, the man's going to be able to power through the shield anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. Tien is untrained and there's nothing he can actually do for himself anyway.
Yeah. One eye blink and he was standing there, looking terrified. The next he was on the ground. No! Kaladin screamed. He tried to get to his feet, but slipped to his knees. His legs didn't work right. Varth's squad hurried forward, attacking the enemies who had been distracted with Tien and the other two. They'd placed the untrained at the front to stop the momentum of the enemy attack. No, no, no!
They were just fodder, essentially. It's just, yeah, untrained. Here you go.
Yeah, who cares if you sacrifice a pawn, as long as you can get the bishop out.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no! Kaladin screamed. He used his spear to hoist himself to his feet, then stumbled forward. It couldn't be what he thought. It couldn't be over that quickly. It was a miracle that nobody struck Kaladin down as he stumbled the rest of the distance. He barely thought about it. He just watched where Tien had fallen. There was thunder. No, hooves. Amaram had arrived with his cavalry, and they were sweeping through the enemy lines. Kaladin didn't care. He finally reached the spot. There he found 3 corpses, young, small, lying in a hollow in the stone. Horrified, numb, Kaladin reached out his hand and rolled over the one that was face down. Tien's dead eyes stared upward.
Oh, just the pain. It's just unnecessary, and it couldn't be over that quickly. Yeah, that's what's so horrific to think about with war, and that is literally how quickly it is. Because you're like, but this is a huge death. Okay, this is a huge impact that this is going to have on me for the rest of my life. And it happened in moments. It's so difficult for the brain to just like
conceptualize,
meld,
to
comprehend. To comprehend that something so momentous and horrific and life-changing can happen in such a small time, because that change is forever. But the moment that it took to happen was so small. It's crazy. It really is like.
Yeah. Rip Tien.
Yeah.
Kaladin continued to kneel beside the body. He should have bound his wound, should have moved back to safety, but he was too numb. He just knelt. About time he rode down here, a voice said. Kaladin looked up, noting a group of spearmen gathering nearby, watching the cavalry. He wanted them to bunch up against us, one of the spearmen said. He had knots on the shoulders. Varth, their squad leader. Such keen eyes the man had, not a brutish lout, lean, thoughtful. I should feel anger, Kaladin thought. I should feel something. Varth looked down at him, then at the bodies of the 3 dead messenger boys. You bastard, Kaladin hissed. You put them in front! Yeah, damn, that's going to be another court-martial. Or reprimand. Latrine duty.
There's nothing you can do to this man. After he's lost his brother.
You work with what you have, Varth said, nodding to his team, then pointing at a fortified position. If they give me men who can't fight, I'll find another use for them. He hesitated as his team marched away. He seemed regretful. Bullshit, he's regretful.
He's like, I know I did what I did. But it was necessary.
Wow, that is cold. Mm-hmm. Using your own men like that, sacrifices.
Yeah, that's why Kaladin just like, you bastard. He's like, nah, well, hey, it was a strategy. It was a strategic. I put them there to die. Yeah. I mean, I would use another strategy, but I didn't have any, so.
Yeah. Gotta do what you can to stay alive, son. Turn a liability into an advantage whenever you can. Remember that, if you live. With that, he jogged off. Man, it is so dark that we know that Kaladin repeats that mantra to himself in the future to such great effect.
Mm-hmm.
This is how he got it. That lesson.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a horrible... You would think that it can only lead to ruin.
Yeah.
To use that. But you can take a lesson and you can use it where appropriate.
Yeah.
And yeah, he should jog off. Jerk off.
Yeah,
Anyway.
right into an enemy spear. What? Who said that? Kaladin looked down. Why couldn't I protect him? He thought, looking at Tien, remembering his brother's laugh, his innocence, his smile, his excitement at exploring the hills outside Hearthstone. Please let me protect him. Make me strong enough. He felt so weak. Blood loss. He found himself slumping to the side, and with tired hands he tied off his wound. And then, feeling terribly vacant inside, he lay down beside Tien and pulled the body close. Oh my god, I could cry.
Yeah. Oh, he's just like, he is still a boy. He's just a teenager. And he's just, and the way he's like, please let me protect him, as if like, he's not dead.
Yeah.
And you hear the child in him, make me strong enough. Oh.
Yep. Don't worry, Kaladin whispered. When had he started to cry? I'll bring you home. I'll protect you, Tien. I'll bring you back. He held the body into the evening, long past the end of the battle, clinging to it as it slowly grew cold.
Oof.
So sad.
Yeah, he's holding that body until it is cold and very much a body, and his brother's no longer there. Oh my. Mm-hmm. Oh my. Yeah.
Okay, it looks like we're going back.
Yeah, I think we need to get away from that. Sorry, it was really, really dark. Can we go back to this other thing where there's no dead child, please? It's just dead men, it's fine.
Right? And hopefully a fully alive bridge crew?
Yes.
Kaladin blinked. He wasn't in that hollow with Tien. He was on the plateau. He could hear men dying in the distance. He hated thinking of that day. He almost wished he'd never gone looking for Tien. Then he wouldn't have had to watch, wouldn't have had to kneel there, powerless as his brother was slaughtered. It was happening again. Rock, Moash, Teft, they were all going to die, and here he lay, powerless again. He could barely move. He felt so drained. First off, you've saved them many times over.
Yes. Yes. I get it. But, yeah, it's happening again. You're trying to find extra strength somewhere. But you have done a lot, and they would have died if you didn't take all those arrows, honey.
Yeah, I really, really feel like you've hit the limits of what you can do. I have a really hard time imagining that there's anywhere for you to go from here.
Yeah, but find a sphere for me or something, then maybe.
Yeah.
Find a sphere, and then maybe we can, I don't know, but yeah, you're OP, actually, right now. Like, yes, we need to train you up with your surge binding and stuff, but you've really done a lot, Kaladin. But it's like, it's happening again. It's like, that. In which case, I'm like, you're going to die. Again, I'm like, if this happens, you're probably going to die too. So it doesn't matter. No, it does matter.
Yep.
But maybe he's going to find some reserve.
I hope.
Kaladin.
A voice whispered. He blinked. Syl was hovering in front of him.
Do you know the words?
We're going to get the most important words a man can say? Yes,
because it's also the capital W when she says the words, capital W. The capital W words. Do you know them?
If he says them, will he get like a full restore going on? All I wanted to do was protect them, he whispered.
That's why I've come. The words, Kaladin.
They're going to die. I can't save them. Amaram slaughtered his men in front of him. A nameless shard-bearer killed Dalit. A Light Eyes killed Tien. No. Kaladin rolled over and forced himself to his feet, wavering on weak legs. No. Bridge 4 hadn't even set its bridge yet. What? No, we've heard them set it like 3 times this chapter. Haven't we?
Maybe it's... No, we've been moving it and stuff, not setting it. Moving to set it. Moving to set it down and push it across the chasm.
Okay. That surprised him. They were still pushing it across the chasm. The Parshendi crowding up on the other side, eager, their song becoming more frantic. His delusions had seemed like hours, but had passed in just a few heartbeats.
Is he going to get is he going to get a sword himself? We're talking about heartbeats and stuff and the words. Come on. I want him to have a sword. But anyway.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe he'll have one materialize out of nothing. Like maybe
Yeah,
that's how
exactly.
shard blades are made, by saying the words in
Honor.
some way. Yeah.
Yeah, saying the words, yeah.
No! Lopin's litter was in front of Kaladin. A spear rested amid the drained water bottles and ragged bandages, steel head reflecting sunlight. It whispered to him, it terrified him, and he loved it. When the time comes, I hope you're ready, because this lot will need you. He seized the spear, the first real weapon he had held since his display in the chasm so many weeks ago. Then he started to run. Okay, so this is Kaladin getting up and picking up a spear. Is that what I just read?
Yeah. And he hasn't used a spear in a while. He hasn't fought. He hasn't fought this way. He hasn't fought with a spear since ever. Okay? Since being in the army.
Okay. Slowly at first, picking up speed. Reckless, his body exhausted, but he did not stop. He's going to sleep for like a week after this, if not a month. He pushed forward, harder, charging toward the bridge. It was only halfway across the chasm. Syl shot out in front of him, looking back, worried.
The words, Kaladin.
Oh my god, tell him the words, Syl.
Well, I think he has to know them. She can't tell him.
Yeah, it will come to him naturally. Rock cried out as Kaladin ran onto the bridge as it was moving. The wood wobbled beneath him. It was out over the chasm but hadn't reached the other side. Kaladin! Teft yelled. What are you doing? Kaladin screamed, reaching the end of the bridge. Finding a tiny surge of strength somewhere, he raised his spear and threw himself off the end of the wooden platform, launching into the air above the cavernous void. What is he doing?
He's just making a last stand. He's fighting.
Is he about to fly?
He's jumping.
Bridgman cried out in dismay. Syl zipped about him. Oh, he's gonna breathe in the entire gem heart, isn't he? Maybe.
Oh, that would be freaking cool. That would be really cool. Or just like remote surge bind, like get all. They've got some coins on them too, some spheres and whatever. Or if he says the words, whatever words, somehow Syl gives him power.
Yeah.
It's like the final stage of their binding or whatever.
Yeah. Bridgman cried out in dismay. Syl zipped about him with worry. Parshendi looked up with amazement as a lone bridgeman sailed through the air toward them. His drained, worn-out body barely had any strength left. In that moment of crystallized time, he looked down on his enemies. Parshendi with their marbled red and black skin, soldiers raising finely crafted weapons as if to cut him from the sky. Strangers, oddities in carapace, breastplates, and skullcaps, many of them wearing beards woven with glowing gemstones. Oh, ho, ho, yes! Those are what he's going to breathe in.
Yes.
Kaladin breathed in. Like the power of salvation itself, like rays of sunlight from the eyes of the Almighty, stormlight exploded from those gemstones. It surged through the air, pulled invisible streams, like glowing columns of luminescent smoke, twisting and turning and spiraling like tiny funnel clouds until they slammed into him. And the storm came to life again.
Woo! What a cool moment. And yes, that's it. So it's not even, I didn't even think of the gemstones in their beards. Duh.
Me too.
That's a huge liability. But maybe that's why the archers ran. Hey, archers, you should have told your friends.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, let's go.
Kaladin hit the rocky ledge, legs suddenly strong, mind, body, and blood alive with energy. Again, yeah, like this is gonna really give him the worst hangover. He fell into a crouch, spear under his arm, a small ring of stormlight expanding from him in a wave, pushed down to the stones by his fall. Stunned, the Parshendi shied away, eyes widening, song faltering.
Yes.
Excellent. They've seen it. He must be glowing right now.
Yeah.
A trickle of stormlight closed the wounds on his arm. He smiled, spear held before him. It was as familiar as the body of a lover long lost. It's a little poetic there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's
alliteration.
Hey, yeah, lover long lost. Yeah.
And this will truly be Kaladin Unleashed. Him with a spear, with the wind, with the surge binding.
Mm-hmm.
The words. It's all in capitals. I kind of feel like it's the almighty voice, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The words, a voice said, urgent, as if directly into his mind. In that moment, Kaladin was amazed to realize that he knew them, though they'd never been told to him. I will protect those who cannot protect themselves, he whispered, the second ideal of the Knights Radiant. So great!
Woo! So that would be where he would, which sect or whatever of the group of the Knights Radiant. It seems like part of the whole. So they've got their whole motto, but then each person has a certain line that they really especially live by, and that gives them the order in which they belong as a knight, a radiant knight. Okay, and he would be in the second one, the second ideal.
Yeah.
So that's what he embodies. Oh, it's beautiful. So he gets. It's what a chapter. It's great.
And it's still not done. It's almost done though.
Yeah, but I'm feeling so happy and so just jazzed about Kaladin's just unleashing. It's great.
Yep.
And the words happening, it's so epic, so epic.
Yep. A crack shook the air like an enormous clap of thunder, though the sky was completely clear. Teft stumbled back, having just set the bridge in place. Interesting. I almost expected a Dalinar POV for this last bit.
Same, yeah.
Teft stumbled back, having just set the bridge in place, and found himself gaping with the rest of Bridge 4. Kaladin exploded with energy. That's italicized exploded, so it's a big, big explode. A burst of whiteness washed out from him, a wave of white smoke, stormlight. The force of it slammed into the first rank of Parshendi, tossing them backward, and Teft had to hold his hand up against the vibrancy of the light. Something just changed, Moash whispered, hand up. Something important. Yeah, d'you think?
Yeah, really cool. I know, something changed about the world. This is just a moment. It changed about your friend over here, your leader.
The status quo.
The world has changed. The world has
yeah.
changed fundamentally because of what everybody has seen here.
Yep. Kaladin raised his spear. The powerful light began to subside, retreating. A more subdued glow began to steam off his body, radiant, like smoke from an ethereal fire. Nearby, some of the Parshendi fled, though others stepped up, raising weapons in challenge. Kaladin spun into them, a living storm of steel, wood, and determination.
Crazy, epic, and yes, hey, my initial thing of, hey, it's a radiant, the knight's radiant, hey, you're radiant when you're storm binding, surge binding, boom.
Yeah.
He used that word on purpose, is what I'm saying. So the knight's radiant.
Yeah.
So initially were all the knights radiant surge binders, and then they got weapons. And yeah, what's the whole connection between the knights radiant themselves and the shard bearing people, the use of shard plates and shard blades?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
My brain is kind of fried right now.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I can understand why this was a blind, and I feel like you are probably going to just need to go and reread it, because I got to experience it amazingly, performed by you and everything. But you're like, you probably are thinking, wait, did I miss stuff? So
probably, yeah. I'll go through it. Next week we'll have elevator thoughts aplenty, but like, I'm reeling from how much he packed into it. It really was an incredibly long chapter. The Tien flashback felt necessary in terms of the structure of the chapter and what it led to at the end after it. Good words at the end. Yeah, like I said, my brain is fried right now.
Epic chapter. Thank you, Brandison. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
We can end the book now. That's it. It's done. Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. Subscribe to That Darn Kitty if you get a chance, because she's got a great channel.
Subscribe to this channel because you know it's great. You just experienced it.
It would be tremendously appreciated. And we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks, bye.
Okay, thanks, bye.